Where they at? Where they at? Them
Where
down
they at?
there.
Wait a minute, we back. And Coach pulled up with the Jewel Lloyd hood on. What's up, Coach? What's up? Is you got the security on? You taking pictures? What's
Yeah,
up?
what it? Her down there. Her down there.
Hey, she was in the cut. She was in the cut, like
In
with the hoodie. Like, what it do? What it do?
the
Emily Jones, we back like we never left. Miss D to you. What's happening? What's happening? All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Harold Williams was
Harold
good.
Williams.
Gotta get it in. Gotta get it in. We ain't had no birthdays recently. We ain't had the
No
birthdays.
birthday. Well, my birthday is December 25th.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You are a Christmas guy.
Yeah, so what I do for my birthdays is I do community service.
Oh, dope. Like feed the homeless, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, just whatever organization is open on Christmas Day.
You just pop up and help?
Yeah.
That's fire. Love it. Used to have to do the feed the homeless for Thanksgiving. I miss doing stuff like that. Maybe I'll find something like that to do this year.
Yeah.
Just pop up and help for a little bit. Pop up
All
and
right.
help for a little
I can hear
bit.
Political Lil's voice. All right, let's talk about it.
Oh, let's see. Granddaughter is 17th to 23rd December, and little sis 22nd December. Okay. Look at you giving back, Coach. Dr. Truckenstein here, preoccupied and dedicated to the preservation of the motion of hips. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know what Truckenstein is on. Ever since you asked me that crazy over-under question yesterday, man, you've been on one. Truckenstein, y'all better look out. Truckenstein, I don't know. He feeling good, y'all. Truckenstein feeling good. Let me tell y'all something. It ain't nothing Coach won't do for this. He go on location wherever it takes to get this thing done, and showed up with the Jewel Lloyd hoodie on, like last night. Like it's on. You know, I hate that it went like that. I'm glad that they were all there. I'm glad that they didn't stop anybody from coming. I'm glad that they got the picture with everybody, because I think at some point they'll get over whatever, if it was between them, whatever took place or whatever we think took place, and be back to just being a team. So I'm glad that they got that photo. So at some point, whenever everybody's not feeling some type of way no more, they can enjoy that moment. But Coach, there's a lot of stuff going on that we got to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
So the first thing I want to do is I want to give a quick update on where we are with the opt out of the CBA, the opt out of the CBA, where we're at, because the WNBA and the Players Union, so they opted out of the current collective bargaining agreement in October. The current CBA will cover the 2025 season, so they got 1 year to negotiate the new agreement, and it just makes this a critical juncture for the league, because everything that we've seen happen this year with the attendance, with the TV deal, with all of that at the meeting. So they had their first meeting this season, this week, to start talking about what they're going to be negotiating on. I wanted to just give a little. So Kathy Engelbert was there with, of course, the WNBA Labor Relations Committee members and some league staff and advisors, but the players that were there. Mm-hmm. So WNBA, WNBPA, Women's National Basketball Players Association President Nneka Ogwumike was there. Kelsey Plum, Elizabeth Williams, Nafisa Collier, Satu Sabali, Dejanay Carrington and Stephanie Dawson. Are the it looks like were the players that were in attendance. They also had WNBPA Executive Director Terry Carmichael there, and some additional union staff and advisors. Some of the big issues, the issues that drove the opt out, I think we've talked about those. They opted out so that they could have time to kind of negotiate the new agreement. When you look at what it is, they want changes to the salary structure, so the increased salaries. The maximum for 2024 is $241,000. Minimum salary for players with 0 to 2 years of service, rookies was $64,154. So players are interested in potentially changing how the cap works. So they're looking at restructuring, moving to a soft cap. It's not just about bigger payout, bigger paychecks. It's kind of about their rightful share of the business they built. How do you feel about that?
Well, you want to prepare for the future, so you don't want to have to do an infrastructure overhaul when you get the financial lightning in the bottle. I mean, we haven't. I mean, Caitlin Clark is part of the Basconomics, but she's not the overall fulfillment, if that makes sense. And so, what they're trying to do is get the salary cap in a position where you're not renegotiating or coming back into this. So you're challenging an infrastructure redesign now. So you're not back at the drawing board when this really takes off the way it's anticipated to. And the great thing is you have the pressure from player owned Unrivaled that's putting pressure to grow the league financially finally. So you will see different business module, I think, by just the strategic business moves you see to cause the WNBA to grow, as we talked about, and may cause a problem, maybe a rival league. You never say no to everything. Never say, well, that's just going to be the staple, because the next best thing come along, and the person that always was is no more. So, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but you be prepared, for the best and the worst. And so, financially, you have to start laying that groundwork now, so they're not playing catch up when this thing really takes off the way they're anticipating. And the forecast, right? You're in business, but they talk about the financial forecast. So it'd be interesting to see you put some contingents, and also be interesting to see if in their bargaining, if they're able to go back and make amendments, or does it have to be a full bargain? You know what I mean? So I don't know what that protocol or policy is there, because in some agreements you can go back and make an amendment because of unexpected growth or a shift or a shift that favored both parties. So it's better to go back and kind of redesign that section of the agreement.
Yeah, and I also see that they even if it's not the renegotiation, I know that they're looking at some of the stuff that they're looking at is like just changing like the prioritization rule. I don't know if I don't see anything about like a renegotiation clause or anything. It seems like they're trying to get it right. What I hope more is that the WNBA has a renegotiation clause in the TV deal, because everybody feels like they took too little money in the TV deal, right? So I'm hoping that they have a renegotiation clause there. I don't see anything necessarily here about a renegotiation clause. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Just looking at what we got right here. What I thought stood out the most was that the players are prepared to negotiate for as long as it takes. And so even though that they have a year and some change, because the new CBA would go into effect heading into the 2026 season, they're prepared to go into a work stoppage if necessary. And I don't know that we've seen that. We've seen them be willing to do that. How likely or how concerned should we be at this point about a potential work stoppage?
Well, I think based on the drastic change you had in this year, I don't think you take that lightly. And the climate shift you've had due to political influence, you can see several things change, because bargaining is not only about the financials, but it's also about the environment of your workplace
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
So, making the money and not feeling wanted. So, I feel there is a plethora of things that's going on there, but you kind of mask it with the negotiations of compensation, if that makes sense.
Got you. Okay. And it impact free agency. The impact on free agency is going to be crazy. So like we've been talking about like 2025 1-year deals, but in 2026 it's going to be like Wild Wild West. It's going to be all of these people available just with no contracts, right? You're gonna have all these people looking for a home with Toronto coming online, with Portland coming online. This could be one of the most empowering off seasons as far as like moves and where I want to play, who I want to play with for the players in WNBA history, right? 2026
Well,
coming in. I might want to go visit Toronto. I might want to go hang out in Vegas. I want to go see what's going on in San Francisco. Like I think this is an unprecedented time that we get ready to enter into right now.
right. I mean, if you're a free agent or you're going to be around that time, like you already mentioned, you definitely want to do your homework, visit, keep your options open, diversify your portfolio. I mean, that's just part of the business network. What I'll be interested to see is if when their expansion draft come, will they invest in quote unquote American players, or will they go more international? Will that theme or pattern continue with these things? Just was it just the interest of the Vouch, or is this a theme that we're going to continually see?
Okay, got you. Yeah. Well, I mean, we locked in and we'll be watching it as it takes place. It's very very early in the process, but especially as we have the conversations here and with Political Lil and Be Wise in the Be Wise podcast, labor markets and work stoppage and how this thing plays out to be something that we be watching really really closely here. Let's see some of the comments. Alexa's birthday is the 26th. Shout out Nekado. Flipping player. Oh yeah, Mondo. Yeah, you were saying have a player who leans or verbal to a program and then switches yours. You were saying that's not yeah, it's off topic, but it was something I wanted to address. I tried to at you in the thing. So for those of y'all who
Yeah.
saw Mondo's comment in the last live, he was saying that Gino doesn't flip players, meaning like Gino's not gonna if somebody's already committed, he's not flipping them. He's not putting in the work to go talk to him and get him to come to his program. And Mondo made the point that the kids who kind of go to UConn right now, I know this is off topic a little bit, but I wanted to address this. The kids who kind of go to UConn right now are kids who wanted to go play for Gino or go to UConn their whole life. It's not like Gino's really going out there really like sitting down and selling a kid on coming to his program. And that may be something that they need to change at UConn as they move forward. If he's not going to go out, then they need a hell of a recruiter, I think, to come in. Any thoughts on that one before we move on?
I mean, you be honest with you, coaching on college level, it doesn't matter Division 1, 2, and 3. Your assistant coach are responsible for bringing and presenting the program and showing the why you need to come to our program. And so, I mean, sometimes also the assistants are from the old regime or from the old methods. Maybe you got to look at. Sometimes it's just an overhaul. Not saying they're not great coaches, but if you're not willing to adjust or adapt to the changes, then move out the way so the change can happen. And that's from a person that I love coaching, but I'm no longer on the sideline because I don't think I have the energy. I love it, but I don't think I have they say the intestinal fortitude to continue that. Like I will start strong, but I don't know if I will finish strong. With what it takes for these such talented and high energy, high powered talent that we have today, and it's a difference, and it takes a whole different touch to reach uh, these young, great minds and talented individuals. But yeah, you got to look at your overall methods of how you're doing things when it comes to recruiting, for sure.
Absolutely, I agree. Let's see. Before I go to the next topic, I keep with the comments here. How is Unrivaled able to pay so well? I think that's by the investors that they sell
Right.
that they were able to put together. It's crazy because Unrivaled set their pay scale before they even had a TV deal, which says to me that they have money already coming in. And the TV deal is like the cherry on top, and maybe that's the best way to to approach is to have the money to pay already or have the structure set up for how you're going to pay, and then get the TV deal, because that seems like it's the cherry on top of them. C Smoke, what's up? Toronto going to have a bunch of international players and homegrown, in my opinion. Yeah, it will. Yeah, taste the soup.
No, I said aha because I got my studio light just right because it's like my eye was being shadowed.
Oh, I thought you was like aha, like yeah, that's where they headed.
Yeah, I mean that's where they're headed too, but Ghostface.
Who's not gonna want to be California bound or West Coast based?
Yeah,
What about the Oregon team? Exactly.
Bree Wayne said, "What about Oregon?" We said Portland Fire.
Oh yeah. Mondo Strong was leaning towards UNC somehow. Gino flipped her though. You think she was really leaning? Because when she finally talked, she was like, I had a relationship with him. This is where I was going. Investors' money and $100 million TV deal. The TV deal came last after they said what they was going to pay. They just did the TNT deal recently. She went to way too many UNC games, as I heard. She was that was on UNC. That was UNC fault. She saw some good basketball last year. She was never going there. She got up there and got all the gear, seen all the players she wanted to play, and it was like, and I'm going to UConn. What up, though? The new AD is supposed to be NIL guru. Will Don give Chavez the bag now? No, I don't think so.
I don't think, yeah.
Just because it's a new AD there, it's not like, yeah, now we're gonna go give up the bag. No, I don't think that's what we do.
I mean, there's other players that have NILs. You do that, you set a whole different precedence, and that goes into a different route. I don't know if you want to go down that trail or it's in that tunnel of NIL.
And if I'm Don, I haven't seen anything out of Chavez that said, "Let me break the bank on her." With all of the success that I've had with the recruits that I've had, Chavez ain't got a job.
I just think she just had some. Wasn't her? I think she just had some greedy family in her ear.
But at this point, this is your decision. This is your decision. So like you got to sign your name on that line,
right?
And you got to stand up and go play basketball wherever that's at. And so I know people are in your ear, and it's unfortunate, but as a young adult, it's a tough time. But she's gonna have to make the best decision for her. UNC was trying to flip her from UConn. You're gonna be attending a lot of tempo games. Nobody's trying to sit. Nobody going to got you, Mondo. Don give $1 million to Chavez for what? Yeah, Chavez going to Texas Tech. Is that what people think about Don and SC? To stand in the corner and shoot threes? Ain't nobody giving that. I don't even know that it's the $1 million that she's asking for as much as it's the book of work that she's put out since people first got on her. Like time after time, I see her getting cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked. That's not making me want to give you $1 million, but it's also making me rethink if I want you in my program. Am I wrong, Coach? Tell me.
Well, I mean, if you're not two-way player, and you can't even make it decent, so that's questionable. Then you become a liability on defense. So, especially with the speed you have on offense, you think you'll be able to give it. So the thing is, the question I would have to ask the coach is that just a lack of effort on defense, or she feel like she doesn't have to? You know what I mean? And all that person focus is offense, and because a player at that age become what they're allowed by their coaches, right? At that age of development. So yeah. Damn, I need a Coca-Cola.
That's for you, Bree Wine. I got one on deck for you. Everybody gonna be wanting to play Chavez. Okay. Real quick, Sue Bird, because the thing I really want to get into is Cheryl Swoop's response to the athlete of the year. Everybody being upset about that, and then Caitlin Clark's statement. Coke need to pay me. You know, I'm trying. Y'all let them know I'm here every day.
Always Coca-Cola.
If you're the Seattle Storm, do you see it as a slap? She said, I don't see it as a slap on the face, slap in the face. When they don't take anybody from your team in the expansion draft.
I mean, that was their decision. I wouldn't take it's business. So why would you take it anyway? Like good, you get to in my eyes, I
Well, I
take it
think
as an advantage. I get to keep it and then I get to kind of distribute or make moves the way we need fit and not really jammed up by the hand of the expansion draft. So really expansion draft, taking some having to do that could have been an inconvenience because maybe you took one of my trade plays I was hoping you wouldn't take because I wanted to trade it, but I had to leave somebody unprotected. So it's many ways to look at that to slice that pie, really.
mm-hmm. Nobody from the Storm got picked. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they protected Jules, Skylar, Ezzy, Gabby, Jordan, and NECA. Bird said Mercedes Russell, Sammy Wickham, Victoria Vivians, and Joyner Holmes. All of these players are unrestricted free agents. I don't view this as a slap in the face to Sammy, Mercedes, Vivians, or Joyner at all. We just chose Monique Billings for this. But people were trying to say that they didn't take a player from the Sky because of the bullying allegations and the stuff around the organization.
From the store?
Storm.
Okay.
So do you think that they, and you saying that basically it was like maybe they just didn't,
I mean, at the end
they
of the
just
day,
didn't take a player. They didn't take a player because it didn't match what they wanted to do, and it wasn't about the allegations at all.
I mean, probably subconsciously, probably I think it can be petty like that, but not to pick a player individual skill set. I think is really, in the business scheme of things, somebody probably does it to stay away from that cloud. But I don't think it's a cloud over there. I think it's something that they handle to the best of their ability. They move forward. There's been a conclusion made. There's been investigation, and this is where we're at. So it wasn't anything still being determined by the time expansion draft. Everything had been determined.
Yeah, and I guess I just didn't see the correlation because the person who they said who the allegations and everything was about wasn't even available.
Right.
So it wasn't. I didn't see the correlation, but I saw that she spoke on it, so I wanted to know people's thoughts. Let me see what's happening here. Plot twist: Chavez goes to Texas A&M so Jody can keep her job. Well, thank you, Chavez. I hope it helps. I keep hearing Chavez is a soft lock to SC. Okay. Oh boy, that topic has been crazy. Now the Wizards owner or GM, not sure what her role is, has now spoken out about it and said that the whole WNBA should have been on the cover of the magazine. Okay, we finna get into that one. They didn't want them damn bullies. Y'all acting like y'all weren't just toasting my Storm over Lloyd. Yeah, I am. We just going on what the hot topics is. My stance ain't changed. Everybody saw that nonsense, just like CC. And then when she showed up, when Lloyd showed up at the Notre Dame game, huddled in the corner with that hood on, looking like security was around her. And Skylar was up there clapping, having a good time. Everybody else, she didn't even sit with the team. Yeah. I had a side eye at Lloyd. Just like CC, the speed is only for the offensive end. Ooh, okay. Good after morning to the West Coast fam. Potential Sports TV in the building. What's good, Wody? Stop playing. You know she ain't coming to sit on that bench. I need a polar bear. Maybe they were looking at the culture fit. Okay. So potential. Ride that pine for $1 million. They get that back in jersey sales easily. I watched Sue's show. She'd explain why they had no pick. I didn't watch the show. I just saw her statement. She said it didn't have anything to do with the allegations. And to me, who the allegations were about didn't have anything to do with the expansion draft. So to me, it was like, I don't see the correlation. Now, she's asked for a trade, and we see what happens there. Let's see. The Storm plan worked out. Scared the Valps from picking anyone. Lloyd was... You didn't see Lloyd at the Notre Dame game? Oh, Bree Wayne. As a matter of fact, there's a picture with all of them. And Lloyd is on one end and Skylar's on the other end. I put it in the Discord. I thought I put it in the Discord. But in the game, she got the hood on and she's sitting in all black with people around her. She didn't sit with the rest of the team. Or the rest of the other players that was there, like Arika and them. It wasn't about the investigation or that their players weren't good. It has to do with availability due to core players and players that aren't available. It's complicated, but not. Sue does break it down, but once you hear it, I mean, to me, it didn't have nothing to do with the allegation. I'd rather have a pit bull Skyler in my team than Lloyd. Put your hands on me anytime on my team. I ain't got time. Put your hands on me anytime. I don't have time. I don't have time. Okay, moving on.
I mean, here's the thing. I love Skyler, man, because you can't, because you know what you're going to get. You know where she's coming from. She's not. It's no. You're not.
Share that one, you. I haven't seen no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And she's a competitor. You can't teach that.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm not going to penalize or paint someone a certain way because they want to compete at the highest level. And they want, and the thing is, she has a passion for her team. It may be misinterpreted, it may come off scrawl to her teammates. But when I see that, I see a person that wants her team to compete as the high, like, come on, let's go. Mm-hmm. How can we compete at the highest level? And you don't show up to be with a team because you like losing with the team. You know,
you wouldn't want. Shantae don't want neither one of them. Okay, too much drama. Yeah, me too. I don't want a headache. Can't teach someone to be a dog, and you cannot. But moving on to hotter topics.
Lloyd got the dub. Look, Lloyd got the dub. She ain't got the
You know.
All right, moving on.
You either got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like it's like Scooby and Scrappy. Scooby big as hell. He ain't got half the dog Scrappy got any. Scrappy like, come on, Uncle Scooby, come on, Uncle Scooby, come on, Uncle Scooby. We better get at him. I want to fight. Scooby's like, Shaggy, you got another Scooby snack. I don't know. What? Man, ain't nobody trying to put all that energy out. Scooby ain't with that. You either got it or you don't. Bad joke, coach. What? Seattle need to trade for Taurasi? No. Good morning, family. I was wanting to assess if we could talk about whose stock should increase or decrease. I asked because Malaysia was low ranked and she shouldn't have been, in my opinion. We could talk about that. I also think it's just Leia is like 2 years from going to the WNBA, so her stock is going to look different. We could talk about that. Any young black talented female coaches out there, fine ass Joni. Okay. That ain't got a job. I think Mondo's saying, but I don't know. But moving on, y'all know this week, or I don't know, recently they announced the winner of the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, right? 2024 Athlete of the Year. So I'm gonna start with Sheryl Swoopes because she's my GOAT anyway, and she cracks me up, and I love the way Sheryl been getting at him this year. So, Caitlin Clark won Time Athlete of the Year. Sheryl Swoopes said, "Why not have A'ja Wilson in consideration for Athlete of the Year in 2024?" She said she wasn't surprised that Caitlin won, but she was curious to know who the other candidates were. But the fact that the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, the fact that there's a WNBA player that has won the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year is pretty special. So she did say that. But and Political was saying, well, who were the nominees and what were the criteria? And so we start there. First of all, I guess people got hot that Sheryl had an opinion about who should be the Athlete of the Year. I don't keep. I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't keep up enough with the Time Athlete of the Year and all of that. So I don't know. Is the Athlete of the Year usually somebody that didn't win the championship in the last year? Does anybody know? Coach, do you know? I don't know.
I mean, Time Athlete of the Year, it's subjective. If we're referring to that, and that's their criteria and what they're looking for, and the narrative that they're looking to push, and then the stories they're looking to come, and the clickbait that they're looking. I mean, so there's, medianomics with that. You know what I mean? Because they have a whole different responsibility to covering sports than we do, than what our commitment is. I mean, it's wine twists and winds to this or whatever, slow wine. So I don't get into all these. I never knew why people get all bent out of because you can start your own organization and establish your own Athlete of the Year. and make it prestigious and issue it and acknowledge the people you want. When I was growing up, there were high school students where my father was a community activist, and those talented happened to be black men and young men and women. He had his own organization, and he made sure he awarded them because he knew that in the times we were in, they were going to be snubbed for some all conference, going to be snubbed for this because of the politics of it all, and some of it, a lot of it based on race, right? Race and the narrative they want to push. And so, therefore, why I'm going to argue with you when I can just go and, what makes this prestigious if we allow it to be?
You know what? And I think the flip side of that for me is, why do y'all care if I thought the Time should have made another athlete of the year? What? Now my thing, why is everybody so mad that Soup said Asia should have been that she would have put Asia in the conversation? Caitlin won. That was just Soup's opinion. I don't know why Soup's opinions right now. Whatever Soup say drives piss somebody off every day.
Because
Soup say something, somebody's mad.
It's pushback to what you think. You're supposed to just take it and settle for. This is the narrative, and so when you have something opposite of the mainstream and opposite of the ideology that wants to impose its will in all facets of what we do, and sports is what we love, then you are seen as as the enemy, or you're seen as non-compliant. Whatever word you want to use. And so I think that's a great question. And so, but the thing is back to what you said. Why do people can create their own award and adorn and respect the player that they believe that has it? I mean, that's the times we're in. We can have the Seth Talk Sports WNBA
Athlete of the Year. And we can pick one and send them an award and
put it on Instagram. Matter of fact, we can have the Seth Talk Sports SEC Freshman of the Year because since you're an SEC fan, SEC defensive player.
Fact, let's do it. That's what we're gonna do. Seth Talk Sports is gonna give awards going forward. I don't know what it'll be if it ain't nothing but a post. We will announce them as the Seth Talk Sports, whatever y'all help me tell me. What are the categories that Seth Talk Sports is going to give awards in? Let's do it. But here's the thing. The biggest thing about this, I guess, what's bothering me the most is Soups may not be your GOAT, right? She is my greatest of all time, right? But she is a WNBA legend. She is a 4-time champion. I've never seen such pushback on a superstar from a league. It's not really the league, but kind of on the fringes of the league. Like, you don't see every time Michael Jordan say something, or Shaq say something, or Patrick Mahomes say something, or Tom Brady say something. It ain't so much. What is the roar? Why they yelling at Cheryl Swoop so much? I don't understand.
Well, I think I listened to you in Political Lil show, Disruptor. You talked about her, so you go back to that. I got to watch that show with you and Political Lil, and so again, it's being a threat to the mainstream system, having power, and knowledge. Knowledge is power. When you can stand on your own thoughts and you stand on your business, that's where the power. Yes, money is power too, right? Real estate is power, but having the ability to stand on your beliefs and then backing it with receipts or backing it with circumstantial when we say circumstantial history or historical patterns. And so, and I don't want to sound like I'm going left, but that is what a part of it. It's not even sports anymore. We're talking about when it comes to this, it goes into a whole, I must say, goes into ideology and mainstream America today, or mainstream Baskinomics, however you would like to put it.
Okay.
It took all the basketball out of it at this point. It's just now, now you come you come forward what they call besmirch someone's character because of the stance that they take. My big word for today, because I couldn't get necessitate.
C-Smoke, we coming to that part. That part. Either they don't like her complexion or gender. Well, it's a fine time not to like her complexion or gender after you made money off her complexion and gender, her name, image, and likeness
I
for years.
mean,
Still making
I
money
think
off
you
her name,
already
image,
add
and
that
likeness.
into it. I mean, to continue
Uh,
to acknowledge that is to continue to feed the ignorance.
the most overrated undefeated award of the 2024 season goes to. Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna have an award show. Yeah, we're gonna have an award show.
Oh, they like the Medianomics. We didn't add it a word. Medianomics.
Economics, Basconomics. Yeah, we're gonna have some awards. Let's talk sports awards. We're gonna vote on it. But let's move on. So after that part of the interview, she says, uh, they asked her how she felt about Caitlyn winning, and she had no comment. They was like, she's speechless. She
How
wasn't
can you be
speechless.
speechless?
She wasn't speechless. She didn't say anything. She was silent and declined to make a comment. You know when your mom said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. She did not give them the media clip that they were looking for. She did not silent, declined to do so. Marshawn does that sometimes. You won't be able to twist my words because I didn't say anything. But let's get to the statement. I don't know if you've seen the statement, if you read the statement. If you did not, I will read the statement now. Caitlin Clark. She was asked about white privilege and black women in the WNBA, and I quote, her statement was, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think is very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing." And your thoughts on the statement?
I mean, again, I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier when the dub started. I mean, you could say that now once you secure the bag, secure your contracts, and you made success off of it your first year in, and you made historical endorsements and things of that nature. So again, off the backs of black and brown women, you had success because you, in your own statement, you said because of my privilege, of the color of my skin. So there is a admittance, but there's no bridging the gap or there's no implication of how can we um, make a difference. So at this point, it's like, giving me uh, Black History Month and having that excerpt on halftime in February at NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Change comes in policy and procedure and approach and addressing consistently, not in one statement. So if it's something that you consistently address and then advocate for, then let's talk and let's set up something. But just to put out a thing because I need these women to play to be successful to make me look good, then I have now because it's almost what I call, can I use one of my big words, obligatory statement. Because
For me, my response was, "Find time to say that, Lucille." That's what my mama used to say. Like, find time to say that, Lucille. Like, after you already made your money and all of that, right? And I'm gonna get off topic a little bit to try to make my point. When I think about Ellen DeGeneres, and regardless of what's going on with her now, when I think about Ellen DeGeneres, she had a show. She wanted to be open about who she was, so she kissed a woman on the show, and I believe lost her show, the original Ellen DeGeneres show. But she stood up for what she believed in and stood 10 toes down on who she was to be able to become what she went on to be. But she didn't. What I liked about her was that she didn't, like you said, make her money and then want to have a cause. That I have no respect for that. So
right.
Now that you made your money already, and now it's like, oh yeah, we need to give them some shine too, because the league. And I let me tell you where I was out. I was out on the statement. My ears kind of perked up when it was like a lot of those players. That my ears was like, what? And then my spidey senses started tingling when I heard this league. When it got to this league, has kind of been built on them, kind of. I wonk, 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 wonk. After that, I'm gonna be honest.
Right. No, respect.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest,
No,
y'all. Like,
respect.
kind of been built on them. Those players, some of the choice words. If the more we can, black women, that's gonna be a beautiful thing. I was out on the whole statement. It came off as disingenuous. When Paige spoke at the ESPYs, I felt like she was speaking right from right here.
Yeah.
This is what I feel right here. This right here was like somebody wrote this for you. And like I said, when it got to kind of been built on them, I couldn't even hear shit no more. I lost all. I couldn't even hear nothing. Let me see what y'all saying because maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed something. I'm just here so I won't get fined, Marshawn, or show Swoops. Exactly. Baiting for a soundbite. CC Minions expect Swoops to gush over CC. If Swoops doesn't say anything, the Minions will say Swoops hate CC. But do they know who Swoops is the part. Say what? Gosh, that sounds like Paige plagiarized speech. Whitlock lost his mind about this. I don't even talk about him. The statement is true. It's privileged. That's no breaking news. She wants to spread the wealth. Nothing wrong with that. It didn't come off like spread the wealth. Yep, as Gil said on the show, she has a great marketing team. Did Paige Becker say that her freshman year, word for word? Kind of something like that. Elevating black women. Miss Ann is a fraud. CC Minions don't like that statement. They are about white power. And I hated Paige doing it to be honest. White people be extra nice, make me leery. I see play at hand. Except Paige actually has a black stepfather and a brother who's biracial. So I don't know. It came off very true to me, Wody. But let's talk about that. Yeah, but the Caitlyn supporters ain't trying to hear all of that. Translation of Clark's statement: the sooner y'all can get off my back, for a lot of my misguided fans, the more peaceful my life is gonna be. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Let's have a real conversation. Let's have a real. Come on, let's get to the real. Let's get to the real talk. Let's get to the real talk now. Right? Come
on. Y'all took me on the golf course for this.
Handed out blankets to the indigenous folks and said we found land. That's why the CC Minions don't like Paige. All jokes aside, I'm glad her people allow her to finally make that statement after they have secured most of the endorsement money that she has earned. They are not stupid. Oh, yeah, no. She wants to help. You think so? How is she helping? CC and Asia should have been the only names mentioned. I feel like CC was a rookie, and so they ran with it. But if Asia's name wasn't mentioned, something is definitely wrong for real. She admits black bodies driving her money train. Then say she earned everything she got. Make it make sense. Real translation, I have to work with these people, so I will say whatever.
Oh, good one.
I honestly believe Caitlyn isn't about that nonsense, but I digress. But honestly, then Caitlyn needs to say that. Facts, agreed. Don't causes need money. What money did she get a cause? I don't either, but like I said, when white people come with their hand out saying black power, I ain't going with them. That's the Trojan horse of the matter. Don't be fooled. Well, Caitlyn fans have dismissed her from what I've seen. They think she bent the knee. Yeah, womp, 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 womp. That part, Caitlyn in the tough spot now. Well, okay. And did Caitlyn also come out for Kamala Harris? Did she also do that? Black stepmother. Thank you. I'm sorry. Black stepmother. Thank you, Officer T. Davis. Cece is disingenuous. She doesn't believe that statement because she never said anything during the season. Black stepmother Paige was very sincere. It seemed like it was sincere. The statement was an orchestrated Trojan horse to set up what's coming, trying to make us accept the change of the face of the league by political means. Facts. MJ, South Carolina can't mess with Notre Dame. That's my opinion. See last night game, weapons they got. That's not this conversation right now. Speaking up helps when it's genuine. When it's genuine, for sure. Whenever real money enters a racialized labor market, gentrification follows. Facts. If she did, CC is a liberal. She never endorsed Harris. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Because I thought that somebody told me that she came out for Kamala. Caitlyn liked the tweet that Taylor Swift posted about Kamala, but she never really publicly came out for Harris, right? It's the deliberate suppression of black dominance and leadership through sports and athletes. Talk about it. Caitlyn got flamed for liking that tweet Taylor posted. She liked Taylor's, but she never endorsed thank you. Emilio go away. X-Man facts. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. This is a safe space to have this conversation. Had Caitlyn open her mouth during the season when her teammates were being attacked, she was silent. If y'all go back, it's probably y'all probably got sick of me saying when she gonna say something, she's complicit. Say something then. You sit up there, you sitting up there and ain't said nothing. You sit up there and ain't said nothing, ain't said nothing, ain't said nothing, ain't said nothing. Now, like you said, Coach, Nike's in the bag, Gatorade's in the bag, golf's in the bag. I don't know what else all that's in the bag. And now you got a statement to make. And oh yeah, by the way, but see, this league has kind of been built on it. I told you, wonk, 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 wonk. I couldn't hear nothing else after that. Because it was a, I forget what my granny would call it, but it was kind of like a slight. It was like a slight, really. Like you didn't give all the credit that was due, kind of. Still took a little away. I don't know. Had Caitlyn open her mouth during the season when her teammates were being attacked, it was silent. We talked about that the other day. Once black or people of color start to dominate the sport, the trolls come out. It's wild that we're not removed from shut up and dribble being said to LeBron James, but now some people need to know what athletes think about nothing to do with ball.
What I find interesting is when you have a lot of opposition, when you have any oppression, when you have racism, when you have discrimination, whether it's gender, whether it's your preference of lifestyle. I find that if anything is great within somebody, I find that the one thing, if the thing that you despise, the more you try to keep it down, the stronger you make it. The more resilient you make it, the more powerful it comes back. Even in unusual circumstances, unfair circumstances and situations, in unfair systems that we in, as much as you try to not acknowledge that, it still rises above the ashes and acknowledges itself. So whatever thing, when we're going to talk about race, we're going to talk about gender, we're going to talk, whatever the category may be, when something is oppressed, you all oppress or discriminate, you always find something that rises that makes it strong and resilient, right? Because it's no longer to prove a point, it's to also validate the importance of my existence and what I do, what I love to do, and you're not going to stop me from doing that. So
I agree. I like that. I like that. I like that. What's going on over there on Instagram? I see you, Russell, only bring the facts to the chat. Swoops have earned the right to speak her opinion on the players in this game, and her opinion should matter. But every time she speaks her truth, they make her look racist. Shaking my head. Yeah, and you know what? And it made Cheryl just start talking more. Seemed like Cheryl giving opinions even when they don't ask. Now she just up like, yeah, you know what? And another thing. And I love it. I'm here for
it. Right.
I'm here for it. So CC should shut up and dribble. No, but be genuine. Be genuine in what it is that you do. Right. I didn't say nothing about her shut up and dribble. I'm not here about shut up and dribble. That's not what I said. I said be genuine. Kind of built on the backs of blah, 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 blah. And when I wanted her to speak was when her teammates was getting bullied. When I wanted her to speak was when the death threats was coming out. When I wanted her to speak was when the fire was going. Now the fire is out and we rebuilding, and now you got something to say. When it was a fire and we was fighting, you wasn't saying shit. You was collecting your checks. Now that everybody didn't put the fire out and there, we trying to move on, and here you come. Here you go with some kind of bright idea. You got some great statement to make. Miss me with that shit. CC Silence was co-signing, and it was. She did. Word that boy for real. Fraudulent kind of built on. Hell, that post mean? Exactly. Clark always mentions herself first, not others. That in itself says the most about her. They tried to do it to LeBron and Jaylen Brown. People are going to say it to Clark, too. The difference is people don't think it's a joke now. That's how you get to participate in racism and pretend you're not a co-signer. True, that was well said. Racists are the best at calling people racist. Talk about it. When a person show you who they are, believe them the very first time. You don't need to wait for the second time, that time and a half, none of that. First time, go with it.
So I think what the thing is, one thing greatness comes out of adversity.
Mhm.
So I don't think you're going to see any of these professional black women male athletes stop. I think what you're going to do is make them greater. It may be tiring, mentally, emotionally exhausting. It is because you have a little bit more on your plate than your white counterpart. That's a fact. That's factual. But at the time, I wouldn't be like right now. I wouldn't be shocked if you're going to see somebody try to overshadow, overpower, come in strong, come in hot. And the thing is, let's take care of it on the court. Let's take care of it on the court because that's what because at the end of the day, that's what I showed up to do. But because of the baskenomics and the medianomics of it all, you're going to have all those other things infiltrate into what you do.
So Cheryl Swoops asked, what were the criteria? And Time responded. Well, Time's criteria was laid out, and I'm gonna tell you about the parts of it that bothered me. But I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read the entire the statement in its entirety first. Nice to know that after wowing so many around the world throughout her record-breaking year, Clark can still impress herself. In February, she set the new NCAA Division I basketball scoring record. A few weeks later, she broke Hall of Famer Pete Maravich's mark, making her the top scorer overall. Her college championship game between Iowa and South Carolina averaged 18.9 million viewers, becoming the second most watched women's sporting event outside the Olympic Games in the history of U.S. television, with American viewership outdrawing that of each game of the 2024 NBA Finals and World Series. And for the first time ever, more people tuned in for the women's NCAA championship than the men's. As a pro, she set a rookie record for most three-pointers made in the season, while also setting new all-time WNBA marks for most assists in the season and most assists in a single game. She signed a reported $28 million endorsement deal with Nike, the largest ever for a women's basketball player. Clark's Fever appeared in the most watched WNBA games ever on ABC, CBS, ESPN, and ESPN2. The WNBA attracted an all-time record of more than 54 million unique viewers across all its national broadcasting platforms during the regular season, and the league's overall attendance jumped 48% year over year to its highest level in more than 2 decades. The Fever broke the WNBA record for home attendance by a single franchise, and Fever games were moved to NBA and NHL arenas in Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Washington, D.C. to accommodate the hordes of fans, many donning Clark's number 22 jersey. The Washington Mystics Fever regular season finale set a new WNBA single game attendance record of 20,711. So those were the criteria that were used to prove Clark's candidacy.
You move the needle. I mean, that's what happens. You move the needle, you find some what you call a technical stat, and I've seen that as a student in grade school and high school. I've seen as a student, not just in sports, but in other things. Anytime something not like you, some person not like you is closing in fast on what you feel is entitled to you, then you move the requirement or the prerequisites to technicality. I mean that's what you call systematic manipulation, right? I got the words today, baby. Spitting bars.
I hear you. I think I'm gonna tell you where the wonk started for me in this statement right here. Her college championship game between Iowa and South Carolina. No, it was a championship game between Iowa and South Carolina that averaged 18.9 million viewers. And that became the second most watched sporting event, not just because of her, but also because of South Carolina and other people from Iowa that people tuned in to watch. Like it wasn't her championship game. That right there kind of that was like hers.
But when something is set on pushing this narrative, it's blind. I mean, you're not going to change a person's agenda or perspective. The machine, as you say. How do you say political? The powers that may be, or the machine behind her public entity, right? Because we don't know who she is personally, but so when that machine has its mind made up, the thing is to push back and to have the platforms that we stand on to stand on business and celebrate and spend more time celebrating the hardworking people that we admire and appreciate.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking at it again, and it's just like, so in Las Vegas and Atlanta and Washington, when they moved in games, it was just because of Clark. We don't even talk about the nasty
And that's
numbers
how you
that
make it athlete of the year, not the body of work. When I think of athlete of the year, I think of what they have done.
Yeah, I don't have
That
any problem with the endorsement deal. I don't have any problems with the 3-point record. I don't have any problem with any of the points record, any of the things that she did. Right? Any of the things that she, as a person, as an individual athlete, did. Her accomplishments, I have no problem with. But the accomplishments that it took for 10 other people, 22 other people, however many it is on each team, 24 other people, whatever, to go to make those things happen as far as like the championship game and all that. She wasn't even a championship. How was her college championship game? She wasn't even the defended champ. You know what I mean? It wasn't. She wasn't even the defended champ here. So some of those things to me is like
right. Help me out.
It bothers me a little bit. Her championship game, she ain't never been a champion. So that bothers me. That bothers me. Let me see. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that she should have been an athlete of the year. What I'm saying is, some of the things that they put up here as to why they selected her weren't just about her. And so I don't mind individual award, put up her individual things and say individually, this is why we gave it to her. I'm okay with that. But to take away from what other people did.
When you know you kind of slight somebody, then you have to put in some what I call, some out of the way variables to justify snubs or justify, overlooking a person who has been at it maybe longer and it has just done just as equal work. So, but again, that's why we have to celebrate our own. I mean, we're just at a climate where they're kind of forcing us to do what we have to do for our own. That you can keep complaining about it, or we can do something about it. That's what
yeah.
You can create your own.
Let's see. Political Lil, well said. Facts. Greatness comes out of adversity. Well said, Coach. No, Political Lil is definitely gaslighting, but like Seth said, Swoops speaks her truth still, no matter the gaslighting, and we should give her props for that. I'm glad Swoops is on the scene. Cheryl Swoops the GOAT. CC minions only care about seeing CC dominate. They don't even really care about any of the other players. I think CC was sincere. She wants to help. She pushed behind the scenes to help players get more money. What more money did they get? What are you talking about? what more money did they get? What more money did they get? I just read to you what the CBA is. They made $64,000. What more money did she get? You must be new here. I don't recognize you a whole lot, Racer, and I don't understand what you're saying. Tell me about she pushed behind the scenes to help the players get more money. Where? They're negotiating a CBA deal right now. I give Swoops all the credit on the world. I'm saying people calling Swoops racist are practicing gaslighting. The media is concentrated power in the hands of a few. And I've been attacked in comment sections stating the fact that she decimated the single season turnover record to get those assists. Even critiquing her game is a sin. Yeah, I mean, let's talk assist to turnover. Let's talk that. She broke 62 records. The Mystics Chicago game was moved to a bigger stadium also. She broke 62 records her rookie year. That's unheard of. No problem with that. I don't have any problem with her. I don't know if this was earlier or if you listened to what I said. I don't have no problem with her individual records. I don't doubt it. Just in the recent climate, being in the last 5 to 10 years, things need to be addressed and got out in front of ASAP. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying over celebrating and runner up 2 years in a row. She broke 31 actually. Okay, Waterfall. Keep me honest. Can you name the main records? Maybe 5 or 6 besides the rookie scoring and assists. Just curious. Clark's team will write a politically correct statement, but one thing they'll never do is allow Clark to absolutely condemn racism of her fans. The racism her fans have shown, and we have not seen that. Okay, 31, still unheard of, but it's not 62. some bait and switch. Like you came into the thing like she broke 62 records. Like if you gonna come in, like come with the facts or say you trolling or whatever. Clark didn't break that many records. Okay, Andre. I thought 62 was a bit high, but what were 4 or 5 of them besides the rookie points and assists? It's really just a black and white thing. Prove that, sir. I watch you all the time, says. Okay, but okay now. So did you know that the questions was coming? So since you watch me all the time, and you know me, then I'm waiting on you to answer the question. MJ said, "What's the other 5 or 6?" No, it's not unheard of at all. Who do you think set the records, including the season turnover record as a point guard? We don't need Ms. Ann help. That's creating another avenue of dependency. That's the narrative they have put out. Okay. A lot of opinions on this one. I thought this would be one. Clark wants a championship, not all the records. And I say that too, Waterfall. That's the thing I say the most about her. If you were to ask her, not her handlers, not the people around her, not the people that want to make money off her, if you asked her, she would give back every one of them motherfucking records, ribbons, trophies, and all of that for a championship ring. If you see the way she played basketball, I totally believe that about her. She push them all back in the middle of the table for a national championship. The thing that gets me is how Stephen A. is always jumping on the bandwagon for what's trending, going after Swoops. But if you ask me, Swoops keeps it more real than him. Stephen A. got it. Stephen A. got a job to do. Because I remember a player that came in with 2 natties, a Player of the Year award, Defensive Player of the Year award, and won WMVP and Defensive Player of the Year her rookie season. I would say that has never been seen before too. Was she the athlete of the year? Time athlete of the year? This player you talk about? Clark is a cash cow, and they're gonna milk her to death. You better believe it. How many records Angel break? Here we go, Andre. I wasn't trying to bring Angel into this, but here you go. I don't know how many Angel broke last year. She broke some records too. She broke some hellified records. And Angel did some shit that ain't nobody never did in the NBA before, I think. And nobody's done except for her and Candace or something. Her and Asia. Tell me. Coach, this conversation can go on forever.
I loved it. I'm listening and then I'm checking.
This conversation could go forever. I know we are at the hour now.
I love it. I love political little Stephen A. Coonocracy. I like it.
Coonocracy. Stephen A. is part of the coonocracy.
Yeah.
If I get another word on Sex Talk Sports here, coonocracy.
We got Baskinomics, Medianomics,
first level thinkers, and coonocracy.
First level Shecklinaires.
Coonocracies and a couple Shecklinaires that'll be back later today. The coonocracy. Angel broke the double consecutive streak. Candace Parker was not nominated as the Time Magazine Player of the Year. The year that she was the Rookie of the Year and the MVP. No, okay.
Yeah.
Did she break the rookie rebounding and double records? Yeah, but no.
So but
no.
So it's all subjective and agendas and the push and so.
And you gave me the best idea. Sex Talk Sports Awards. Let's go.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm on a committee.
You are definitely on the committee.
June 2.
The All-Star game.
You said we're gonna have an All-Star game?
No, Angel in the All-Star game. I wish we could have an All-Star game. So Stephen A. job is basically to keep the women's basketball platform messy. It's to beat the drum of whatever drum ESPN wants him to beat. I think.
Well, he the house guy. He in the house. We're just gonna say it like that. He in the house.
Coonocracy.
What we do, Bo?
More juice, sir. He's running
right.
They didn't have the Time Awards in Kansas every year. Thank you. Yes, AR broke the record for any experienced rookie or vet record.
This was some great. What is it? Mind stimulating topic. It was. I mean, the chat was. I like. You know what I learned? This is what I learned. Listen to Karen Hunter podcast. He said the difference. They said the woke, but you got to be awake to be in it now. To where what's going on, you got to be awake.
Oh, let me explain you. I'm not woke. I'm not woke. I'm not grand rising. Right. No, I'm not that deep, y'all. Yeah. Don't grand rising. Don't grand risings me. I'm not that woke. I ain't that woke. I'll be the first to tell you. I'm not that woke. I don't get that deep. All that grand rise and all that.
Right. Okay.
I ain't that. I'm just on the surface looking at stuff. I'll be honest with y'all.
Surfing the wave.
Don't Grand Rising me. When I hear Grand Rising, my ears be like, what bullshit is coming next? Grand Rising.
All right. Fair.
Here comes this Grand Rising. Here comes this Grand Rising. Here. You know, I ain't that woke. I'll be honest with you. I ain't. Beat me up in the chat about it. I don't care. I'm self-aware. I'm telling you, Grand Rising. I can't even hear you after that.
Yeah,
Grand
self-aware.
Rising,
okay.
Not for me.
Like, don't put me.
I'm just telling y'all I'm the honest truth. I
Punch
ain't
a
that
knife, please. Yeah.
look, I'm here to talk sports. I didn't listen. I keep it. Yeah, you got to be a critical thinker. Able to cross-reference information is what you need to be. I don't mind being that, but I can't be. Listen, some of them too woke. What I'm saying, LOL, this will be treated like a big notch on her resume for people when women players been had better years. Okay. CC doesn't have to play in the W if she doesn't want to. She don't. I didn't need that reminder. I know. Turnovers committed. Thank you. The only athlete to win Time Athlete of the Year without winning any championships or gold medals. Waterfall, thank you for that information. And see, that's my point, because my thing is I'm about the championships and who's the winner. You pick the best out the winners. You don't look and see who was second best. You was the best of the year. What the fuck is that about? I don't understand that. You see who all won something, and then you see who was the best one out of that. To me, that's how I would do it. But ain't my awards. But we got some Success Talks awards coming, and I bet you it won't be no second runner-up. It won't be no runners-up coming. Understand that I know what I'm saying when I say that.
Right.
I love Dawn Staley. I love Big Drip. I love Big Drip. If they say if I threw a party for Natty champions only or WNBA champions only, I know Big Drip doesn't get to come into that party. Because as a player, she didn't get those done. I get that. But my standard is the standard. Now, she gets to come as a coach. But as a player, she didn't. And it's some players that I like a lot that wouldn't be able to come. Charles Barkley, love you madly, but you would be at the door. You'd be at the door. There's a lot of players I like that couldn't get in the Champions party. It don't make them me any less of a fan. It just means at this party, you're excluded from that. And that's what being the champion is about. There's some champion shit that everybody else don't get to do. And to me, being athlete of the year is one of them. If you ain't win shit, you can't be the athlete of the year. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. No one has to play in the league if they don't want to. No, I was reminding the CC Minions who say everyone needs to be grateful for her. Oh, yeah. That's a good point, too. Why do people keep saying Clark doesn't have to play in Unrivaled? Who gives a fuck? Like, really? Yeah, I don't, she doesn't have to play in Unrivaled. But honestly, though, when you look at all of the players that are getting ready to play in Unrivaled, as a hooper, wouldn't you want to be there too?
Right. That's right. If you were a hooper.
As a hooper, like it's going to be a 1v1 competition to name the best one to do this. Wouldn't you want to be in that competition? Don't you want your name called? You the athlete of the year and couldn't even get in Unrivaled. I'm just saying, whatever. Whatever. So I don't know. For me, to me, if as a hooper, I think she wants to be there. As a brand, she may not be able to participate. But for me, I can't get into the brand of Caitlin Clark. I have to kind of stick with the hooper of Caitlin Clark and the competitor of Caitlin Clark. And I just think the competitor and the hooper of her wants to be in every game and win every championship. And it's not about this other stuff that they've allowed to become her brand or whatever. But that's just my 2 cents. I don't know the girl from nowhere, so don't quote me. That's just my opinion. She not her peeps have no idea how happy basketball fans are. She's not playing Unrivaled. We need the strongest opinion of the day award because everyone feels that opinion should matter. Well, everybody's opinion matters to somebody. Somebody cares about everybody's opinion. Might not be who you want to care about your opinion, but everybody cares about somebody's opinion. Coach, let's get ready to get out of here because I got to get to the shekels. I think. Are we getting to the shekels, MJ?
Sheklinarian.
Got to get some sheklinarian going on. Are we shekling?
Every day we shekling. Also, just keep thoughts and positive thoughts and vibes go out to young lady on Iowa State that's out for the season. I don't ever like to hear about that at all.
So we got a player out for the season on Iowa State. You remember the name?
Last name Hare. I can't. Minzy Hare. If I say the first name correct.
Okay.
Yeah, she averaged about almost 9 points a game. Was instrumental to what they do. So
did she get hurt in the Iowa game?
She got hurt it came on December 11th. Yeah, so it must have been
just recently. Day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could have made
it. Well, not hurt, or it was announced on December 11th. It was announced.
Okay. So I don't know if it happened during the game. Maybe that kept them from, because like I said, I kept saying, hey.
So yeah, that it's sounding like it's something during the game.
Hey, Harris is one of their core players. Yeah. And I was saying maybe that was her. Was one of the reasons that Iowa State didn't have the help that they needed down the stretch to finish off Iowa. Almost done. Harris is one of their core players for Iowa State. Yeah, CC demolished the W turnover record. Yeah, and let's celebrate that too, since we celebrating records. You don't celebrate the messed up record. We're not gonna talk about that.
You could talk about it. You could talk about it. That's all I have, man. It's a fact.
Olivia Miles getting back in the game after she rolled her ankle was tough. But you know what was weird? Gino never tested the ankle. They never went at Olivia after she hurt her ankle. I'd have tested her. I don't know. Maybe is that old school? Somebody got an injury, you go test it. That's old. Like you can tap on the shoulder if they had an old injury. I'm gonna step on your foot. I'm gonna bump you and see if you.
That's winning school. That's winning school. You got. I don't think that's mean. I think that's obvious. But you don't want to go out with anybody with malicious though. So I don't know.
That's a good point too, Waterfall. Nike peeps not participating in Unrivaled. Asia and Clark. Are there any Nike athletes in Unrivaled? Is Inesco in Unrivaled? Because she's Nike, right? Olivia just had a straight layup line to the rack in the second quarter. They did not attack that injury at all, and I would have. We'd have tested that ankle. We would have tested that ankle. Is Gino getting soft? I don't know, FM. I don't know. Old school Gino would have tested that ankle.
He getting seasoned. He getting seasoned, and he started to see the sunset a little closer. That's what's happening.
Old Grampy injury. She was blowing by her defender straight to the bucket. Even got an and one. I don't know. Maybe she got a shot. I don't know. She limped up.
Yeah,
limp up.
She got some B12 with some other stuff.
Oh yeah, go. You gonna feel a thing? Bang, go for it.
You gonna feel it in the morning though.
Yeah, you'll feel it tomorrow. We'll take care of it in the morning.
Make sure you for the ice bath in the morning.
Oh, you know how they just treat it all night. You just gonna sleep in the
in the cryo pack. Yeah, they got the cryo.
They put the little boot on you.
Yeah, but it's like cryo. It's treating you. Why is
the cryotherapy? Yeah, while you resting, it's crazy. Gino had a brain fart. Y'all, this has been fun. It is Fun Day Friday. It's Frisky Risky Friday. Frisky Risky Friday. So we're gonna be back with some anytime touchdown picks and giving y'all some shekels, some shekel ideas for the weekend and the picks. Coach, biggest game you watching this weekend? What's on your
man, I always gotta ask you, run it down for my schedule be so busy. I just had a dog coming out of surgery yesterday. So So
let's see. Yeah, we got Red is in the cone for the next 10 days. So moving around Red, we making that happen. Let me just tell y'all too. Shout out every time I get a chance to say shout out Travis Hunter being the baddest thing I've seen in football ever. Hey man, shout out Travis Hunter being the baddest thing I've seen in football ever.
Yeah,
I think we had 1900 damn. I think he had 1,900 snaps of football this season. Hey, man, he's my hero. God dog it. Lulu versus Nunu tonight. That's right. Notre Dame is an Under Armour school. Under Armour is the shoe and uniform sponsor for Unrivaled. So tonight, Stanford Cal, who you got?
I'm gonna go Stanford. I like how they playing. Cal. I mean, I want Cal to win, but I like what Stanford has showed against LSU and the momentum they're taking into this game and like how they've been playing. So it's just respect to how they play recently. So
Gotcha. Ohio State, Young State Saturday.
Youngstown State.
Youngstown State, yeah, Youngstown State, yes.
The Battle of the Ohio's.
Battle of the Ohio's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Youngstown
that was
State.
in Columbus. We got North Carolina Central, Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Central, they play well though. Don't be fooled by the HBCU, but most of the time HBCU. I was watching the Louisville Grambling. That nice size hunk of post for Grambling.
Listen,
she was moving people around a little bit.
Listen, and she moved pretty good.
Yeah.
What we got?
Hold it. You're one more. We'll be right back after we have the technical pause for Seth Talks Sports Station Identification. Waiting for the rest of the schedule. After this, we'll be right back.
No. Hunka Big took me out.
You got my stomach hurt now.
Man.
Come on.
Look. I tried to hold it together. Hunka Big.
I'm getting at that age where I just say anything that comes to my mind.
I just sip my cocoa now, man. Hunka Big.
All right. What's next?
Hunka Big. Can you? Now, the reason why it threw me off is because me and Bree Wayne is having a conversation about, is she bigger than Audie?
Okay.
I said no. What say you?
Man, you know how they say bodies are built differently. How they carry it, so their body built is a little different from each other too.
Oh, am I muted? Y'all say she can't be bigger than Audie?
Right.
That's what I said. She wasn't either. I said her arms is too small.
Yeah, that part. The good observation. Could Benetti help Audie? Yes, Cooter. She needs it. But I mean, also, we're not into body shaming. It's about just getting in conditioning for the sport. As a coach, what a person is given genetically is what they're given. It's about just getting and then also we want concern is for Audie and whoever else, make sure their heart healthy as well. So on a serious note, those are a lot of concerns I have when certain sizes, because I want to make sure they're healthy and I have concerns. But again, you could be any physical size and have like a heart murmur or anything, but that's just what comes to mind when you see players of different physiques, right? Is being in conditioning, being able to get up and down the floor. I'm waiting on Auntie because we got a few more games to talk about before we get out of here. Audie needs a nutritionist.
I'm trying to get my camera to come back on now.
Oh, okay.
But StreamYard is just I'm clicking to turn the camera on, it won't come back. So I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep seeing what it do. I think I clicked it too many times. So
okay, you go space scheduler. Okay.
Now I gotta go space. I gotta finish the schedule. Michigan, Detroit Mercy.
Michigan.
Somebody put Hunka Big in the Sessone's like a dictionary.
Oh no!
Before we-
Why everybody quote me now, man? It's Sesame.
Yeah. Hunk of
It's
big.
not
That's
me.
a hunk of big. I need hunk of big in the Sesame dictionary. I wish this camera would come back on. Because I need to look you in your face about hunk of big now that I had quit crying and everything. But we'll talk about hunk of big next week. I ain't gonna forget that one. Hunk of big almost took me out. Hunk of big almost took me out on the internet. I can't even see you right now. StreamYard is playing right now. I'm clicking this thing. I can't click it hard. Man, look, I almost want to leave and come back, but we only got a few minutes on the show. But I want to look you in your face now that I can see you, all the tears out my eyes from laughing about a hunk of big.
Oh, you got me weak over here, Emily Jones.
You got me weak. You got me weak. I tried to stay. I was trying to hold it together. I tried not to laugh. I tried to just go on. But I kept hearing it over and over in my head. Hunk of big, and then I can see her.
It's showtime. No,
I can see her out there. Hunk of big out there. And you had to say it. This thing better let me back on this camera. This thing better, hold on, let me hit this. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to hit the refresh because I need to look at him. Y'all give me one second.
Oh. All right, so the last game we left off.
I think it's opening up. Can you see me? Can y'all see me? My back.
We can't see you. We see the logo. Michigan and
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, hunk of big. Yeah, you almost took me out with hunk of big. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, hunk of big, man. Hunk of big. Man, listen. I tried to hold it too. I said, I ain't gonna say nothing. Let's keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm gonna keep reading. I could get past hunk of big. Now, you can get a hunk of cake. Listen, you get a hunk of a lot of stuff. What a hunk of big! That's a hunk of big out there. Look at that. Almost took me out, tears and all. I can't even see, and I'm trying to keep talking and keep reading. The words is getting blurry because the tears is coming. I can feel it. Man, I'm trying not to laugh. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
hunk of big, man. That's special right there. Hunk of big, man. Oh, you can get a hunk of burning love. Hunk of burning love, can't you? Oh, but a hunk of big, man, almost killed me up here. Almost killed me right up here on the live. A hunk of big. Hunk of cheese, but a hunk of big. Boy, let me tell you something. Between hunk of big and a click clack crackle, I almost died on live, man. 2 times.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. My chat better than yours. God damn. Listen. Michigan, Detroit Mercy.
Michigan, sports show.
UCLA, Long Beach State. Hunk of big.
UCLA. Only thing in Long Beach is those trees.
There you go. Kentucky, Purdue.
Kentucky. Lombard doesn't have enough help. Is that Lombard, Purdue?
I think is that the one that was chirping at LA.
Yeah, she got game. She got game.
She got game. She ain't got no help though. You're right. Middle Tennessee, Kansas State.
Kansas State.
And then Sunday, the movie day. Iowa, Michigan State.
I'm gonna go Michigan State with the upset.
Longwood at Florida. Texas at Richmond.
Oh, that's the number 25, huh? It's Richmond, isn't it? Right?
I don't think they're 25 no more. It looks like they fell out.
Okay, Texas. I don't know. When I think of that, I don't think they're gonna have an answer for Madison.
NC State at Louisville.
I'm gonna go Louisville.
Yeah, me too. Nebraska, Chattanooga.
Nebraska.
UConn, Georgetown.
You got
South Carolina, South Florida.
SC.
Notre Dame, Eastern Michigan.
Notre Dame. If they
Georgia.
drop that bag after being UConn.
Yeah, it's suspect. Georgia Tech, North Carolina.
I'm going North Carolina.
West Virginia at Temple.
West Virginia.
Wagner at Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Louisiana at LSU.
Oh, Louisiana Monroe?
It just say Louisiana.
Is it the Cajuns?
Louisiana, Raging Cajuns. Yeah, the Raging Cajuns.
Yeah, LSU.
Elon, USC.
USC?
Yeah, USC.
Oh man, that should be their hostess cake game. USC. That should be their honey bun. How sweet it is.
La Tech, TCU.
Man, I'm gonna go TCU because
Why not? South Alabama, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. They better get this before going to conference play. They need some confidence.
Okay, need some confidence. Eastern Illinois at Iowa State.
Iowa State. Usually schools like that, they don't have depth. They have like a decent vibe, but then after that, they don't have any offensive power.
Yeah, I don't really see anything on Monday. Before I say I was already put hunk of big in Sessine's dictionary. I would never.
Y'all on my head, man. That was too funny.
No. That was funny. That was funny as hell to me. Not hankering for a hunk of cheese. Click, clack, crackle. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all almost see me. I'm gonna see Coach take me out today.
Boom, click, clack, crackle.
A hunk
boom,
of a big.
boom.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to look for a hunk of big something. That I don't know if I need a hunk of big or a good clean woman. I don't know.
That's what came to my mind. I'm watching the game. I'm like, that's a goodness. You know what I mean?
That's a good hunk of a big right there.
This is taking up important space. You know what I mean? Like,
all the important space.
Look, you boxed out because she just stood in the paint. You just boxed out off of that.
Let me tell y'all something. If y'all can't tell that I thoroughly enjoy being up here talking to y'all, I do. I never know what's gonna happen, especially when I'm talking to you. Hunk of Big almost took me out today. It is the word of the day. I need everybody to see how many times. I need everybody to go forward in this day and see how many times. Report back this evening when we talk again. How many times you have been able to get hunk of big into a conversation today? Hunk of big. That is the word of the day and the challenge. Coach, before we go, what you got?
Hey, chat. I love being here. Have a fabulous Friday, a safe weekend. Hope it's peaceful and productive. Hey, do a random act of kindness for someone so we can change this world one kind act at a time. Be great in your preparation. Become excellent in your performance. And we can't buy Auntie a Coca-Cola because it ain't even doing it right.
I don't even know what that is. Know what that is.
Champion mentality. That's more than sesame. That's Coca-Cola.
I don't know.
That's Coca.
Oh, y'all know what? I didn't hit the button. I didn't hit something and push play, laughing at y'all. almost going out on a hunk of on a hunk of big. I don't even know what I put in. I don't know what that's on. You know. Yeah, but with that said, y'all know what it is. Hunk of big is the words that y'all need to use today. I'm going to go get a hunk of a big. I don't know, shekels. I'm looking for a hunk of big. A big hunk of shekels. I'm looking for a big hunk of shekels today.
I'm looking for a big hunk of fish sliders.
Big hunk of fish sliders. Okay. With that, y'all. I'm going to get out of here until next time. Y'all know what it is. Stay tuned. Talk soon.